Using dating apps when you're plus size can be terrible.
Dating when you're fat should honestly entitle you to financial compensation.
I got called fat on a first date.
If you are a curvy girl and you're dating right now, it can be discouraging. It can feel harder than it does feel.
You can't gaslight men to be into something that they're not. It's never gonna work.
I got my first fat phobic message on a dating app. Today I got my first fat phobic.
Men have gaslit other men into thinking that you shouldn't find plus size women attractive.
Okay, fat women, I'm gonna teach you how to get the princess treatment from men. Princess treatment.
It's already harder for them to date, and this woman here is trying to sell a dream. We speak truth on this channel. If you're easily offended or emotional, this video may not be for you. You've been warned.
He said, I'm not trying to offend you, but I'm just not feeling it. Dating when you're fat sucks.
I've been feeling kind of lonely recently.
Love fat people in the open or don't love them at all.
Had another bad date the other day. Got ghosted.
Why is being attracted to fat women considered a fetish?
Plus size dating. Let's talk about it.
Being skinny is what's required to get a man. Even if
with people and then guys have gone straight in and been like, you should lose some weight.
I'm literally going to the fucking gym not because I want to, but because I'm tired of being fucking fat.
Ouch! Losing weight has really made me open up my eyes to see men's true colors. I know this isn't groundbreaking news, but men really are not good people, and losing weight just really amplified that. I won't lie, a part of me losing weight was to also improve my dating options because just dating was not going well for me. Now that I lost all the weight, I want nothing to do with y'all. Nothing. At least when I was big, I felt like the connections I had were genuine connections and the people really got to know me for me. Now I got men telling me they love me and all this shit, and they don't even know my middle name or my siblings' names, nothing about me, because the outside is enough for them, aka their standards are low as fuck. Before you say, oh, it's the men you're picking, I live in the Bay Area, options are fucking limited here, okay? That's why I'm not dealing with it, because I'm so disinterested now. That phobia is real, and it really makes you have trust issues.
This woman says that men are not good people because after she lost weight, she suddenly had way more options, but in the same breath, she admitted that one of her main goals for losing weight was to improve her dating prospects. So now it just sounds like she's complaining, because she's finally getting the results she asked for. Whether women like it or not, men are attracted to certain types of women. That's not cruelty, it's reality. Men are visual, and physical attraction plays a huge role in dating. If she wasn't getting attention before, and now she is after losing weight, that just proves what everyone already knows, but no one wants to say out loud: looks matter. What she's really upset about isn't how men behave. It's that she now has to face the truth. She spent years being ignored, and now that she's changed her appearance, she realizes that attraction was always the missing piece. And instead of being honest about that, she turns around and blames men, as if they're wrong for liking what they like.
I'm literally going to the fucking gym not because I want to, but because I'm tired of being fucking fat. And it's okay to be real with yourself sometimes. Like, I feel like that works so much more than me being like, oh my god, I want to go do cardio right now, and like, I want to sweat, and I want to be so healthy. No, I just don't want to be fat. Like, and I'm not even fat like that, but like, I just don't want my little ass popping out of my jeans, okay? And that's okay. Like, it's okay to be a little bit mean to yourself sometimes.
Just because I'm fat, that doesn't invalidate the things that I say.
She died.
You ready to get supersized?
She died too.
I've got 3 McDonald's breakfast sandwiches. Which one's the best?
He's dead.
Join me on my Fat Positive radio show,
which didn't last long because she died.
Dating as a plus-size person in this generation is extremely difficult. Yes, I'm on the dating apps, the forbidden apps. And most of the time it's, oh, we talk for a little bit, or it's just straight to, you trying to smash. Or the usual comment, come sit on my face. I want that slow burn shit. Like, let's not rush to date. Let's enjoy each other's time and company. Hell, start out as friends first and then see if dating happens. There's no reason to rush into it. That's how things go south. Girl just wants flowers. I'm so sick of people just seeing me for my body and not for who I am. That's what sucks about being a lover girl, is because I have so much love to give and so much energy to give to other people, but I get burnt out so easily because I give my love and my energy into the wrong person, to the people who don't fucking deserve my love. And that's one of the main reasons why I stopped dating, is because I cannot deal with this. You trying to smash? You trying to smash? I can't be seen with a big girl in public.
I've given up already. Same. I just turned 32 this week and I can't do it anymore. I just feel so ugly. Literally coming to terms with the fact that I won't ever be happy in a relationship till I get skinny. There's no denying that dating for fat women is extremely hard. Many have come to terms with the painful reality that they may never experience a genuine relationship until they lose weight. This isn't just an isolated case. It's something a large number of women are quietly facing. The truth is, fat women simply aren't the preference for most men. That's not about being cruel, it's about attraction, something that can't be forced or guilted into existence. In the same way, women often have non-negotiables in who they date: height, income, status. Men also have their preferences, and physical health and body composition are a part of that for many. The modern dating market is brutally visual, dominated by apps, where your photo is judged in seconds. In that world, first impressions are everything, and unfortunately, being overweight often means you're filtered out before you even have a chance to speak.
I was supposed to have a first date tonight, and he just unmatched me on Bumble, so I guess we're not going to get drinks anymore. But I thought I would show you guys my outfit so somebody saw it, because I know I'll get questions. My dress is from Eloquy, but I got it from D&Co. My jacket is from ASOS, and my boots are Topshop. It's a cute look. His loss.
Nope. With people, and then guys have gone straight in and been like, you should lose some weight. Like, straight in, first message.
Oh my God.
And you're just like, why would you match with me? Like, you took time out of your whole day to tell me this. You don't, oh, cool, thanks, bro. Like,
so it's not even a genuine match. It's just someone who, some prick online who thinks it's funny to tell you to lose weight.
Yeah.
Do you have any other examples?
There was a time when I was running every week and I was hitting the gym quite hard, and then they would be like, oh, we could hit the gym together. Like, I don't need you to make hitting the gym my goal.
Makeup on just for this date, so it better go well. And I'm not posting this, probably, if it doesn't. It did not go well. Truthfully, it lasted less than 2 minutes. I walked up, he gave me a hug and said, are you hungry? Let's go inside. We went inside. He said, actually, can you step outside for a minute? I stepped back outside, and he said, I'm not trying to offend you, but I'm just not feeling it. So I walked to my car, came back home. Dating when you're fat sucks.
I think it's safe to assume that the woman's picture on the dating app didn't match how she looked in real life. That's likely why her date told her he didn't see it going anywhere. A lot of men won't say it directly. They'll just say something vague or polite to avoid confrontation. But the truth is, there was probably a noticeable difference between her online photos and her real-life appearance. Many fat women struggle with deep insecurities, and that often shows in how they present themselves online. Some use old photos, extreme filters, or take pictures at strategic angles to make themselves appear slimmer or more conventionally attractive.
Hi, this is my reminder for fat people on dating apps. We all have good angles, and you're allowed to post flattering pictures of yourself. It's not catfishing. You don't have to confess that you're fat before a date. You get to decide if you like the date as well. You're very worthy of love.
This is a little PSA to all of my fat phobes out there. And I know you're out there. You do know that us fat girls, right? Like, we are wanted. We are desirable. We are sexy, and we deserve to be loved out loud. And if you are pressed about that, if you are mad about that, stay mad, honey. Stay mad.
Okay, fat women, I'm going to teach you how to get the princess treatment from men. And I'm talking like you're over 300 pounds and men are treating you like gold. I have been flown out. I have been wined and dined. I've had very respectful conversations. I get flowers regularly. I'm not gonna lie to you. This takes time. It takes patience, understanding. You want a quick fix? This is probably not the video for you. Number 1, unsubscribe and don't engage with content that is battle of the sexes. Meaning like all men are shit, all women are shit. There are shitty people in this world. And that has nothing to do with their gender. A lot of that content is made because it's very relatable. And when someone goes viral for making something that's like, oh, guys, do this, they're going to keep trying to make that content. And it's not always genuine. Number 2, if you want to be treated like a princess, you have to act like a princess. It also helps to look like a princess. And trust me, I get it. I grew up in a household where like sarcasm was literally our love language. It's like how we communicated, how we love each other. That's great, but that's just not something that I want in my relationship. I really want to be treated like in a romantic way. I want to be treated with respect and just a lot of love and understanding. So I give that.
So this is where it gets unrealistic. You've got this woman trying to teach other fat women how to get princess treatment from men. She's speaking purely from her anecdotal experience, claiming that men are flying her out, spoiling her, treating her like a queen. And she's pushing the idea that other fat women can get this treatment as well, which is insane. Are there men out there who like fat women? Absolutely. Some guys do have a genuine preference for bigger women. But let's not confuse the exception with the rule. The majority of men are not out here looking to wine and dine women who are 300+ pounds. That's just the cold truth. So when she gets online, selling this fantasy to thousands of women who are struggling with dating and rejection, it becomes misleading. It's selling fat women a dream, one that most won't live. What she's really doing is offering a feel-good message instead of a real one. She's telling these women, you don't have to change. You don't have to improve. You can stay exactly how you are and still get treated like royalty.
Alright, easily the worst thing about being fat is dating as a plus-size bitch. Let's talk about it. So, number 1, men, for some reason, some men, not all, think that, like, you're entitled to thinking that they're attractive. Like, hold on. Like, if a man came up to me at a bar and I said that I wasn't interested because, like, I didn't think he was cute or whatever, they kind of act like it's insane that you're not attracted to them because you're fat and they were throwing you a bone. Genuinely, I've had really ugly ass men act like they were doing me a favor by flirting with me. Like, just because I'm fat does not change the fact that you look like you were hatched from an egg, buddy. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Also, dating apps, not fun either, because I am so terrified of, like, fat fishing someone. I don't even know if that's a thing, whatever. I put full body photos on all my dating profiles. I like to share my Instagram or like YouTube so they can like literally see me and know what I look like. And yet I've still canceled so many first dates because I was like, oh my God, what if they don't know I'm fat?
Dating while fat be like.
It's so demoralizing to me as a fat woman trying to date because I'm like, does this guy really like me for myself or does he just have a fetish for fat women? Does he really want to get to know me or does he just want to fuck me because I'm fat and he's into that? Like, it's so difficult trying to navigate that space. And so when you're dating as a fat woman, you always have to play this game of how much do I want to get to know this guy before I find out. How much digging do I want to do before I find a bone?
I got called fat on a first date. It has taken me like 2 weeks to process that it even happened to me, right? I went through the 5 stages of grief, or so I thought. Because this past weekend, when I started telling my friends and my family about what happened to me, about being called fat, right? And I just told another friend right now, and all of them have like the same response of like, oh, like you'll find someone, don't worry, like, who says that was so rude, you know, just giving me words of encouragement, right? But not one of them has said, you're not fat. No one has told me, like, he told the truth, I guess. Fuck.
Well, the man told the truth. Sure, calling someone fat on the first date might have been blunt, maybe even a little harsh. But let's be honest, it was the truth. And sometimes the truth stings the most when it's something you already know deep down. Now, I get it. Hearing that kind of comment can completely crush a woman's self-esteem, especially when she already feels insecure. It can feel like rejection not just of her body, but of her entire being. That kind of blow can stay with someone for a long time. But at the same time, you can't expect people to ignore the obvious or pretend they're attracted to something they're not. This is the reality of dating. People are visual. First impressions matter. Attraction does matter. And if you're misrepresenting yourself online and showing up looking completely different, you can't be surprised when someone feels misled or disappointed. Honesty goes both ways.
Okay, I don't know if this is gonna make sense, and it's not fully fleshed out yet, so bear with me. But I've been feeling kind of lonely recently, and to me, loneliness comes from the absence of something. So I was asking myself, absence of what? What am I missing in my life? And I thought at first that I don't know, I was missing a companion or missing all these other things, from another person to me. But if I'm really being honest with myself, I think I'm missing the opportunity to be, or I'm yearning for the opportunity to be affectionate to someone else. So far in dating, I felt like a clown every time I've been vulnerable with someone. And I just wish that I could do that and feel safe.
Why is being attracted to fat women considered a fetish? Always. But being attracted to thin women isn't. Is it because the world has a really hard time believing that anyone could be just genuinely attracted to fat women? They just believe it so strongly that it has to be some weird margin fetish. Something to think about.
Well, to be honest, a lot of evil or manipulative men do have a fetish for fat women, but not in a respectful or genuine way. They'll gladly sleep with them, keep them around for hookups, or use them for emotional support. But when it comes to real commitment, introducing them to family or building a future, that's off the table. It becomes this dirty little secret, something kept hidden because they don't want to be judged by friends or society. Many plus-size women have complained about this exact treatment, being good enough for a man's bed, but never for his heart. But at the same time, a lot of women do hate being fat themselves. They say it's very hard for them to date.
Just being honest, I hate being fat. And the worst part is I've already lost 120 pounds and I feel like I should be really happy with where I'm at.
I just spent 20 minutes crying in my car before walking into my gym class right now. And this is just another reminder, just don't get fat. Put that fucking burger down.
I know this may be controversial because women are supposed to love their bodies and live, laugh, love, but I'm tired of being fat. Everyone in the black community is like, oh, you're thick, you're big boned, y'all. I'm 350 pounds. I know I'm fat, but it's okay because I'm ready to change it.
I hate being fat. I hate it. I allowed myself to get to a dangerously high number on the scale, almost 500 pounds. So in March of this year, I decided to take back my life and make some big changes. And I decided I wanted to lose 250 pounds. So far, I'm down 107 pounds, but I still have a long way to go.
So there you have it. Even fat women hate being fat. That's the part people don't talk about enough. It's not just about struggling on dating apps or getting rejected by men. It's also about how they feel when they look in the mirror. Many of them are silently battling with low self-esteem, health issues, and the psychological toll that comes from years of feeling unwanted, overlooked, or only used in private. Even this particular woman admitted that she had allowed herself to get to a dangerously high weight. That says a lot. It's not just about appearance, it's about reclaiming control over her health, and that's what needs to be pushed.
So earlier this week, I made the first move and asked a guy out, and he enthusiastically said yes and suggested today. We checked in with each other this morning just to confirm that we were still on for tonight. Both of us were agreeable. We were coming up with ideas. We never really finalized them, so I've been trying to do that. And in the meantime, I had rushed home from work, took a quick shower. I blow dried my hair, which I never do. Picked out some cute clothes, did my makeup, got myself all ready for whenever he was passing through town. And this man has yet to text me. So I think I'm being ghosted. But you know what? It's his loss, because every guy I've met up with has wanted to see me again, and I've been the one to say no. So, his loss.
Okay, I want to have a real conversation about being fat, plus size, thick, curvy, whatever you want to call it, and not being approached by men. When I was younger, I understood that it was like, guys cared what their friends would think, and so they would be a little bit too scared to talk to you. But I'm grown, and I date people who are also grown or should be grown. So, what's going on? I just can't imagine a grown man saying to another grown man, "Oh, you like her? She's fat." And if your friend ever did that to you, I feel like you should think he's weird. That's really weird. Are you not embarrassed? Why do you care about what the next man thinks is attractive? Because let's be for real, I don't have a scarcity of people in my DMs. I don't have a scarcity of guys trying to talk to me privately. Obviously, I know that as a bigger girl, people are always going to sexualize us before they humanize us. So that's not really new to me. It's more so I don't know. I find that in my city, I'm from Atlanta. In my city, it's the worst. I go to New York often because my family lives there. And I don't know, it's just night and day. The guys in Atlanta do not treat me like a human. And I really do mean that. And another thing, this hair is isn't it giving? Anyways, another thing. What is with the way y'all rudely curve us? We don't have to be interested in y'all. If I'm out with a friend and a guy wants to talk to one of my friends, I don't give a damn. But why do you have to oh no, you big fat bitch, I'm not talking to you. I don't know. Something's not adding up because y'all love y'all big fat refrigerator-built mamas, but...
Why don't men approach big girls in public, huh? Well, the obvious answer is simple. They're not his physical type. And that might sound harsh, but it's real. Men, like women, have preferences. And for a lot of men, that preference doesn't include plus-size women. Attraction is visual, especially for men. And if a woman doesn't fit what he naturally gravitates toward, he's not going to make a move. But there's more to it than just looks. Sometimes it's also about perception. Men assume that big women are either insecure or extremely defensive. And let's be honest, some of them are. Years of rejection, backhanded compliments, or being the joke in dating culture has left a lot of them bitter or on edge. So when a man does approach, he risks getting attitude, sarcasm, or being accused of having a fetish. A lot of guys don't want to deal with that energy. And then there's the social stigma. Some men might find a big girl attractive, but they're too afraid of what others will say. Society still shames men for dating plus-size women.
Using dating apps when you're plus size can be terrible.
It doesn't matter how old you get. It never hurts less. So, a little update. I've been talking to the guy since early May, over 2 months, and we had a few dates, and I thought it went really well. We have everything in common. He texts me all day, every day. Same shared values, same life goals, same interests, really good banter. And he told me that I was smart and funny, and he told me that I was beautiful, which is the first time it's ever happened in my whole life. And we went on a few dates, and then we were talking, and he just said he's really concerned that of my lack of physical activity, and I guess he's been trying to convince himself to find me attractive because I had such a good personality. And I told him that I didn't think that he should have to convince himself to find me attractive, and that I'm happy with my body and it's okay if other people aren't. And it's really hard. I know it's the right thing, and I do believe that. It just is never easier. When you're dating and you're plus sized, it never really gets easier. And I'm sharing this because I, of course, turned to my girlfriends, but I forgot for a minute that they're all very beautiful and thin, and they've never had guys on the internet or just in life to their face tell them that they were ugly before. And so I know that there's a lot of other people like me on TikTok, because I've seen a lot of you, and it's okay if it hurts. And you're not alone. And I really hope that one day we can get beyond fat phobia, and maybe I'll meet someone.
What she's really describing, without realizing it, is that her attraction wasn't enough to keep him around. He might have told her she had a great personality, that she was fun to talk to, that she made him laugh. But at the end of the day, men are visual creatures. That's not an insult. That's biology. Her personality may have been solid, but it wasn't enough to override the reality that he just wasn't physically attracted to her long term. He probably wanted to like her. Maybe he even gave it a chance. But once it sunk in that she wasn't taking her physical health or appearance seriously, he couldn't fake the attraction. This woman says she's happy with herself. She preaches self-love, confidence, but then she's also crying on camera because a man rejected her for being fat. That's not confidence, that's denial. What she's really saying is, I want men to accept me how I am, even if I'm not willing to improve myself. That's entitlement, not empowerment.
At one point, I was 60 pounds overweight, and I did not like that. So I'm going to tell you the 5 things that I did not like about that the most. The first thing that I did not like about that is I literally could not run without my knees being in pain. I love running. I get a runner's high, but when I gained weight, I developed a knee problem, specifically in my left knee, and I couldn't run for longer than a couple minutes without being in pain, so I literally couldn't run.
This is a little PSA to all of my fat phobes out there. And I know you're out there. You do know that us fat girls, right? Like, we are wanted. We are desirable. We are sexy, and we deserve to be loved out loud. And if you are pressed about that, if you are mad about that, stay mad, honey. Stay mad.
Had another bad date the other day. Got ghosted. Super exciting. Tried to put everything out there, like, hey, I'm not skinny. So I feel like it's kind of my biggest flaw, because I have a pretty good personality, but I don't know. I just hate meeting somebody and then having them ghost, and then like I just get so much anxiety, and like I just want to know, can you just like be a man? Like, we're not like in our 20s. Like, this guy's like 42. Can you say, sorry, don't like you? Anyway, yeah, fun times.
This is another common thing that happens to fat women, the ghosting. Sometimes it really happens because these men feel like they were catfished. Maybe the photos she used were from 50 pounds ago, or they were taken at just the right angle, with filters, poses and lighting that hide her true size. So when the guy finally sees her in person, he's shocked, and not in a good way. And instead of saying anything, he just ghosts her. Now, is ghosting the mature way to handle it? No, but we can't ignore that attraction matters. And if a man feels misled, he's going to check out. He's not obligated to continue if what showed up doesn't match what was promised. A lot of women think they can make up for it with personality or emotional connection. But if the physical disconnect is strong, most men won't stick around long enough to find out. Some women know they're hiding behind those angles and filters. They know that in person, things look different.
I'm a fat girl on Tinder. Of course I've been stood up on dozens of dates. I'm a fat girl on Tinder. Of course I've been fat shamed by men who literally wear the same size as me at Torrid. I'm a fat girl on Tinder. Of course he only wants to hang out after midnight and if I can host. I'm a fat girl on Tinder. Of course he opened with a message like this. I'm a fat girl on Tinder. Of course he's only going to invite me over if his roommates aren't home.
First of all, I just want to say to this commenter and to everyone else who's been saying the same thing, I'm so sorry that this is our reality and this is how we've been made to feel. And it's real. Like, as much as I wish it wasn't real, I want to validate you and say that it is real, that people do treat fat women like this. And unfortunately, in our society, we've made dating conventionally attractive, conventionally hot people a form of social currency. They're almost embarrassed to be seen with someone who doesn't fall under that category. I'm not innocent in this either. Like, I've dated so many different kinds of men, but I have the internalized belief that, like, why would this hot guy want to be seen with me? Which is so fucking ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. And I hate that I feel that way. Unfortunately, this has been my reality as well. A lot of people want to hook up. Almost no one wants to actually date. Like, very, very few. And the ones who do, I'm kind of like, ugh, I don't like you. That's a whole other can of worms.
I've heard many fat women say this. A lot of men want to hook up with us, but no one wants to date us or take us seriously. And honestly, it ties into something deeper, because a lot of these women aren't even taking themselves seriously. So why should anyone else? If you're constantly settling for being someone's secret, allowing yourself to be used for late-night hookups with no standards, no expectations, and no self-respect, what message are you sending? If you don't demand more, if you don't carry yourself with value, people will treat you like you have none. That's just how it works. The thing is, honestly, a lot of these women refuse to change the one thing that could actually get them real results in dating, and that's not being cruel. That's just the uncomfortable truth. They'll change everything around the issue. They'll switch up their makeup, get new clothes, use the perfect angles, write witty bios on dating apps, and chase body positivity slogans online. But when it comes down to the actual root of their struggles, their health and their appearance, they avoid it.
I'm about to have a first date, and it's like a guy that I met online. I'm just gonna talk about something really fast just because I was talking to a skinny friend of mine, and I don't think it's ever happened to her. Whenever I go on like a first date with somebody I've met online, I am so nervous, and I try so hard. I'll post at some point like what my photos are on my online profiles because I try so hard to make sure that they know I'm fat. I don't want it to be a question. I don't want it to be a surprise. I try really hard for them to know. I was talking to a friend about this, and she was like, oh my God, has somebody ever like said that? And like, I can think of a solid 2 to 3 times that someone has like gone and like showed up on the date and they say something along the lines of, wow, it's like, you look different than I thought you would. Or one guy that I slept with, and then messaged me afterwards and said, you know what? I think that you just look different than I thought in person. After we slept together. So anyway, every time I'm about to go for a date, I am terrified. So, can you tell that I'm fat? Can you? Because I'm trying really hard to not freak out about the fact that like he could show up and be disappointed about what I look like. I know it's said all the time, especially on this app. I guess it depends who you're following, but like dating as a fat woman is incredibly stressful, and it's also just difficult and hurtful 99% of the time. Anyway, we'll see how this goes. I don't know.
The thing here is, this woman is insecure about her weight. She's afraid the guy might show up and think differently of her because of the fact that she's fat. But women like this don't want to improve on themselves. She'd rather keep having that same encounter, meeting a guy, letting him smash, and then getting ghosted like clockwork. And I think most dudes feel the same way. If you're not going to take yourself seriously, why should I? Because at the end of the day, effort speaks volumes. If you're insecure and you know why, but you choose not to change it, you're basically making peace with being disappointed. It's not even about being skinny. It's about showing that you value yourself enough to grow. Instead, what you see is avoidance. A pattern of hooking up with guys who clearly aren't serious, hoping maybe this time it'll turn into something more. She knows that. She's settling for attention over respect, and that's the difference.